And here's one last daytime clip being shot at 4K on both phones. Now I know the OnePlus 5 has received an update to improve or enable electronic stabilization at 4K. This is before that update to give you an idea of what it looked like before the update. And we can go ahead and test the zoom again. So 2x zoom on the OnePlus 5 there. 2x zoom on the iPhone 7 Plus. Zoom back out. We can go to the 8x digital zoom on the OnePlus 5 here. Zoom back out. And the 6x digital zoom on the iPhone 7 Plus. I think the iPhone still looks clearer at 6x zoom. And we'll do a stabilization test again here at 4K. Now again, this is before the OnePlus 5 update that brings electronic stabilization at 4K. So you can see what the OnePlus 5 might look like compared to the iPhone before they enabled that stabilization at 4K. Hey everybody, so I've managed to update the OnePlus 5 with the latest update that brings electronic image stabilization to 4K recording. So I'm just reshooting this scene in the park here so you can see if any improvements have been made to the 4K recording, especially stabilization, and comparing it here with the iPhone 7 Plus. So we'll go ahead and aim at that cleverly disguised cell tower again. Tested 2x optical zoom there on both devices. And I'll go ahead and zoom in all the way 8x digitally with the OnePlus 5. Still a bit shaky, maybe a little bit better, maybe it looks a little clearer. You let me know. I'll zoom it back out. We'll zoom in with the iPhone 7 Plus, 6x digital zoom there. A lot clearer looking, at least in the viewfinder. Pull it back out. And we'll go ahead and test some stabilization by walking down the stairs again. So there should be a major improvement here on the OnePlus 5, which is pretty shaky without any stabilization at 4K before. So this should look pretty smooth now that it does have software stabilization here. And hopefully you can see how that compares to the optical hardware stabilization on the iPhone 7 Plus. And lastly, here is a quick low light sample in 4K. The OnePlus 5 has a limit of 10 minutes recording in 4K here. I just want to give you a quick low light sample of what these look like being shot at 4K. And this is before the OnePlus 5 update for 4K image stabilization, but we'll go and try to test the stabilization anyway. Give you a better feel for how the OnePlus 5 is stabilizing at 4K before the latest software update that introduces electronic stabilization at 4K. I'll try to get you another sample about that. But here's a quick low light sample in 4K from each of the phones. Hey everybody, so I've just applied the update that brings electronic image stabilization to 4K recording on the OnePlus 5. So I just thought I'd do a quick test here in low light and compare it to the 4K stabilization on the iPhone 7 Plus. So we'll just walk around and I'll try to pan as well so you can see how the stabilization is working as I do that. And I just want to do a quick test here because I saw some footage earlier before the update on the OnePlus 5, so you can kind of compare and see if the footage is any more stable now after the update here in 4K, especially in low light where stabilization tends to struggle a little bit. So just a quick test of the new electronic stabilization on the OnePlus 5 at 4K.